Good afternoon, Facebook. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, and we have a packed segment for you this afternoon. We're going to take a look at TastyWorks, discuss the active versus passive investing debate, and millennial trading trends. TastyWorks, a new platform that was launched in the beginning of 2017, was actually founded by the founders of Thinkorswim, Kristi, Tom Savnoff, and Scott Sheridan. As many traders know, Thinkorswim was sold to TD Ameritrade in 2009, but joining me today is Kristi Ross. She is the co-CEO and president of TastyTrade. Kristi, thank you so much for joining us at the Nasdaq market site. Give us some background on the group that founded TastyWorks and the platform itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, thank you for having me. We've been together, the group of us have been together for over a dozen years, and Tom Savnoff and Scott Sheridan founded Thinkorswim way back in '99, and I joined them as their CFO a couple years into it. After we sold to TD Ameritrade, we decided to make finance fun and actionable, and so we launched TastyTrade, our online financial network, where we do 8 hours of live programming every day, talking about the financial markets for retail investors. And really, a couple years into that, we wanted to expand the reach for the retail investor, and so we created a front-end trading platform, which we've now rolled into our new brokerage, TastyWorks, and we launched that January 3rd of this year.
So you couldn't get the Thinkorswim out of your system, you just had to get right back into the front end. But does the new platform incorporate the TastyTrade content?
It absolutely does, and that's really the key. Probably the biggest differentiator in what we're bringing to the table here is the combination of the engaging content coupled with the technology and all the different tools of the education and content that we teach. We take complex concepts and make them simple and easy to find on the platform, and then of course the appropriate fee structure to go along with that. So it's really about the combination of the content, technology, and fees that differentiates us.
It's almost like being on a virtual trading desk for
right.
the retail investor.
Right.
So what's TastyTrade's overall vision and mission at this point?
It's really about, there's a couple aspects to it. It's about making finance fun and actionable and fully transparent, and really has a mission to redefine what active investing is. And so we have retail investors that trade 1,000 times a year versus the industry average, which is probably 24 times a year. Right. And so it's really about teaching them about being engaged and teaching them how to maneuver the markets, whether it's going up, down, or sideways. So
how is the fee structure sustainable? Because you have a really interesting structure there.
We do. And so it's $1 a contract to enter, and 0 commissions to close. And we came out with that structure, and you've sort of seen a domino effect in the industry
right.
since we launched in January, that there's been a lot of fees that have been cut across the board in the brokerage industry. But we did that specifically so that what we teach at the forefront about trading small and trading often, because anything you want to learn how to do, anything you want to get good at, you need to
right.
practice. And so trading small and trading often, you needed a fee structure that ultimately accommodated that. Part of our philosophy is about giving back to the customer. It's about helping them be profitable. And so, listen, for years, the brokerage industry has had very wide margins
right.
That you could drive a truck through. And so what we're doing is we're compressing those, and we're okay giving that part back to the customer by actually having these lower fees.
So then you have to be sensitive about the active versus passive debate, because that's been a really hot topic in the industry right now, as quite honestly, not even retail investors, but institutions are more frequently going towards a passive investing strategy.
Right, but one of the again, a core philosophy of what we believe is managing your own money. If you pick a stock, you have a 50-50 chance of making money. It could go up, it could go down, and that's what we really believe at the core. So everything that we do and everything that we teach around options is statistical based. It's probability based, and therefore, when you're coming at it trading options, right, or futures or options on futures. you're coming at it, you could actually be wrong on direction and still make money.
Right.
And so that's really the key.
So let's talk about the options industry overall. I want to throw this in there. Do you think that you're going to see growth as far as retail investors in terms of incorporating more options trading strategies in their portfolios?
I absolutely do. And I really believe that Tasty Trade is at the forefront of that. And what we've seen is we've seen millennials all the way to retirees and beginners all the way to advanced. And while that's sort of a massive marketing problem of how do you appeal to all of them, it's a high-class problem to have. It's really something that has worked very, very well. We can take some of that same content and it can appeal to someone who's 65 and someone who's 21. And it's really about empowering them. It's giving them the tools to be able to maneuver the markets. So it's giving them a logical, mechanical approach to investing. So it doesn't matter what age you are. That's something that can appeal to everybody.
Let's talk about millennial trading trends, because they really are quite technical and they are aggressive when it comes to trading.
Yeah, I would, one of the things that when you look at millennials, a lot of them have said, a lot of research that was out there initially was saying that they were risk averse, and. What we've really found is that what they want is guided independence. They want someone to provide them the information, the tools, the logical, mechanical approach, and ultimately they want to do it themselves. They're do-it-yourselfers, right? And so when you look at particularly affluent millennials, which generally are defined with over $100,000 of investable assets, you have them diving in and actually really engaging in our content. We have viewers that watch for between an hour and a half to 2 hours every day, which is absolutely incredible, the level of engagement. And that's happening with millennials as well as spanning the full cross generation.
Well, it's really interesting. They want a solutions-based platform. They want everything on demand. So kind of TastyWorks encompasses all of that. But are millennials trading options?
They absolutely are. So when we look at the makeup of who's trading right now having our own brokerage, we actually can see that data. And it's over 30%, almost a third of our population trading right now is millennials.
Is there a social component that's wrapped in the platform?
There's a social component in the sense that we have over a dozen traders on staff that actually share their trades, full transparency. So they're sharing their trades, explaining why they're doing that particular strategy at that particular time and what's happening in the market. And it's more of following those traders in that sense, less about the traditional social media aspect. However, we have a presence on all of the typical, social media platforms.
It really is quite amazing to see what is available to retail traders, even just in the past 15 to 20 years, compared to when we got in the business in the late 90s. It wasn't even available to institutional traders. It's quite incredible to see how these platforms have evolved, for sure.
It absolutely has.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kristi, for joining us in New York at the Nasdaq. And Facebook, thank you as always for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.